Welcome back to another Film Geek Movie review. Today, after the old day job, I am off to check out the new animated film, Inside Out 2, The Electric Boogaloo. I mean, Inside Out 2. I just like the Boogaloo part because it just sounds good at the end of any sequel, doesn't it? Dune 2, The Electric Boogaloo, coming to a theater near you. What's up, dude? Okay, I'll stop, I promise. So sorry, after I did that 80s video, my brain has been fried. Well, anyways, guys, this is the sequel to Inside Out that came out almost 10 years ago. Yeah, can you believe it? Well, this is the story of Riley. She's a teenage girl who's going through some new emotions. In the previous film, we were introduced to joy, anger, fear, and envy. And in this film, we're going to meet anxiety, embarrassment, ennui, or boredom, and I forgot the other one. It's like envy, but it's not envy. I don't know. Jealousy, maybe? I forget. But anyways, it's the story of the new emotions and how Riley is going to deal with this new moment in her life. It looks like it's going to be a combination, fun little animated film, maybe a little coming-of-age film also. Who knows, guys? But it's time for me to get out the door because I got work to do. And then I'm off to go see Inside Out 2, The Electric Boogaloo. Welcome back, just getting home, and guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a very well-made film. Now, when I did my intro, I made a mistake. I said that one of the older emotions from the first film was envy. Nope, that was disgust. And envy is actually the new emotion that I couldn't think about. So there we go. Problem solved. So let's get this started. Now, normally I have negatives and positives, but this time around I have nothing but good things to say about this film, so let's get it started, shall we? And we're starting off with the cast. I thought the entire cast did an excellent job. We had some returning cast members for this film, and they did outstanding. Amy Poehler is back as Joy, we have Lewis Black back as Anger, and Phyllis Smith is back as Sadness. And we also have newcomer Maya Hawke playing Anxiety, and I thought she did an excellent job. Knocked it out of the ballpark. I think this was one of the first times I've heard her do voice acting, and she did really well. A very well fleshed out character, and was a lot of fun to watch. Even though she's kind of a villain, I guess you could say, she did an excellent job at making the character very relatable and, redeemable. I liked that about the character. All of the new emotions were a lot of fun, but we don't really get to know their personalities too awful much. I guess that is kind of a negative, but it's not enough to really ruin the film. They were just kind of there for a gag here, a gag there, but it was still fine. It still worked. What I did like about the cast and the character development of this film, we got to see a lot more development from the older emotions. We spend more time with, disgust, fear, joy, and sadness all together trying to get back in, because, in the trailer, the new emotions bottle up the old emotions and ship them off out into the brain, and so they have to find their way back. And I thought it was a really great way of throwing in a little adventure story, but we also get another story. It's almost like there's two stories happening at once, because we also have what's going on with Riley in the outside world. Because, of course, what all of our emotions are doing inside of our head is affecting us on the outside. And so when anxiety takes over and she has control of Riley, she has a completely different personality and so on and so forth. I liked the way they brought that into the film, and it really helped bring in like a completely different subplot, or even just another story to bring into this. So it's almost like you have a coming-of-age story with Riley, and then you also have just a expansion of the characters that we already knew. You have a little adventure story going on with the emotions, and then you have a coming-of-age story going on with Riley, and none of those stories seem like they muddle together or anything. They work together quite well and pull together to make a very complete story. The animation in this film is also on point. Pixar really knocked it out of the ballpark with this one. One thing I've always loved about the Inside Out characters is when they zoom in and there's that neat kind of, I don't know if you'd call it like furriness to them, but it makes them feel like they're kind of like an abstract thing. But then when they pull back from them, they look just kind of smooth and, just more like a 3D designed character. In this film, they also throw in a couple of different animation styles that kind of threw me off a little bit because I don't recall Pixar doing that before. So that was a little bit of fun. Great gags in this movie. The film has a very good sense of humor that runs throughout the entire thing. And of course, it is a Pixar film, so be ready for those heartwarming, sentimental moments, because there are some in this film. I think all in all, this was a very solid, great effort by Pixar. It feels like they're kind of getting back to their groove again. Now, I did like the movie Elementals. I thought it was really cool, and it was, in fact, of Pixar kind of stepping out of their normal adventure film kind of genre. It just seems like most of their films had some kind of adventure film or adventure story attached to it, where in Elementals, it just seemed like they pulled away and told more of an intimate story, which was cool, but it was good to see them get back to what they're good at, and this is definitely what they are good at. So guys, I would have to say this is a very solid get out there and see it in theaters, grab the family, throw them in the car, take them out for a really good time. And also too, it kind of prepares some of you parents for what might be down the road when your kiddo turns 13. Well, okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.